Hey there guys, Pacman over here bringing another Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck list video. This is going to be a Pac-Man deck list. For those of you that don't know, Pac-Man is a little pseudo-archetype, basically about monsters that have the ability to flip themselves back face down once per turn. And they get, special effects that abuse that ability. It's a really old mechanic, and I think that it's actually semi-competitive now, because a lot of decks have been hit really hard. Blackwings no longer have 3 Icarus. Light Sworns are dead, so no more big Celestia JD plays. And now that Priority is getting hit, this deck is actually starting to make a comeback. So you can easily, do well with it in casual play, maybe even top a locals or something with it. Yeah, it's not too bad. So let's just go ahead and get into it. For the monsters, you have 3 Deslakuta. When he's flipped up, you draw a card. So yeah, that's just too good. You can flip it back face down once per turn, like most of the monsters in the little pseudo archetype in the deck. So yeah, you'll see how amazing it is, especially if you can protect him. Next, we have 3 Swarm of Scarabs. Swarm of Scarabs, when he's flipped up, you blow up a monster, so similar to a Man-Eater bug. But the difference, keep in mind for all these effects, they have to be flipped summoned, so it's not going to activate during the battle phase. So if they attack your face down Swarm of Scarabs and it flips up, you're not going to get the effect. So you need to make sure to protect them from battle, but other than that, you can keep flipping them up and down, want. Hence the term Pac-Man. Then you play 1 Medusa Worm. He's pretty much your mini Swarm of Scarabs. Exact same effect, only difference is he has 400 less defense, and that's it. And he's an Earth type, and instead of a 3-star insect, he's a 2-star rock. So pretty much your worst version of that. 3 Golem Sentry, 1800 defense. When he's flipped up, bounce a monster. Really good against synchros. Better because he has 1800 defense, so he's not completely able to be steamrolled and all that kind of stuff. So really good card. Combos with some other cards in the deck. Pretty much just lets you control the board, which you really need. 1 Guardian Statue, pretty much the same thing, except for he has 1400 defense. And that's pretty much the only real difference, is he has 1400 defense instead of 1800. So you pretty much just play him because you need additional monsters to help you control the board. 2 Swarm of Locusts. He's like a continuous MST. Flip him up and down, up and down. Every time he's flipped up, he blows up a spell or trap card. So lets you control their back rows, which will come in handy later, as you'll see. 2 Reapers, because Reaper went to 2 this format. Just a good stall card until you get what you need to go Pac-Man on them. And also, if you use like Swarm of Scarabs to blow up one of their monsters, or you use Golem Sentry to bounce something, you can swing directly to knock out cards in their hand, which is really good. And then here's the last card, or last monster. 2 Lava Golem. Reason you're playing this is just because it helps you cut down on their monster count. Helps you keep them from swarming you. You can use it to burn them, because there's a lot of stall cards in this deck, so it's an alternate win condition. And you could bounce your Golem Sentry to bounce it back to your hand to reuse it later, and then swing directly. So, yeah, good card. Now let's go into the spells. First we have our stall cards. 1 Level Limit Area B. Then 3 Messenger apiece. So there's your 4 spell stall cards. Messenger piece makes it so monsters with above 14 can't attack, and Level Limit puts all 4 stars and higher in defense mode. Now, Golem Sentry and the other bounce monster, Guardian Statue, are level 4, so keep that in mind when you're playing this card, but everything else can attack. Then you have your Destruction Hate. You have your 2 My Body as a Shield. This card's important because it stops Black Rose plays, it stops Dark Hole, it stops Torrential, it stops Mirror Force. Yes, you're actually going to be attacking with this deck, so Mirror Force can also be a threat. Anything that can wipe your board can be a threat. And yeah, mostly stops Dark Hole, and it stops big plays. It stops JD or Dark Armed or Gazaris or whatever, so it can help stop their big monster plays. Then 1 Reborn and 1 Dark Hole, staples. For traps, for summoning hate, you got 1 Oppression, just because, yeah, it's really good. The only special summoning in the deck is Lava Golem, which is mostly when you're kind of in a sticky bind. So if you have Oppression on the field, that's probably not going to happen anyway. They're not going to be swarming on you, and you're probably going to control the field. So keep your oppression alive, and you should be pretty good, actually. For attack stoppers, we have 1 Gravity Bind. It's the same thing as Level Limit Area B, basically. Well, not really. It's 4 stars and higher, cannot attack. They can still be in attack mode. But then we also have 3 Threatening Roar. The reason you're playing Threatening Roar is because if they blow up one of your continuous cards, you can't just let them swarm you and take out all your monsters. You need to keep your monsters intact so you can keep flipping them to abuse their effects. Some people don't like Threatening Roar because it is a -1, but you have to keep in mind that with this deck, all your flips are going to be positive, especially your Deslocutas, which lets you draw a card. So keep that in mind. Then you also have 2, a Feint Plan, which came out in Legacy of Darkness, so a lot of you probably may not recognize it anymore. But its effect is that neither player can attack a face-down monster during the turn it's activated. So flip it up during their battle phase, or their main phase 1, or pretty much any time during their turn, and they won't be able to attack your face-down monsters that turn, so it acts kind of like a Threatening Roar as long as you keep your monster. So yeah, it's actually really good. And then 1... Curse of Anubis seems like a weird card. For those of you that don't know what it does, it puts all effect monsters into defense position during the turn it's activated, and their defense becomes 0. Activated during their battle phase, and it'll act similar to a Feint Plan or a Threatening Roar. Pretty much people only play effect monsters these days. It's good on the other hand because you can use it offensively, so activate it during your turn before you flip your monsters, and their defense will become 0. So if you have like 2 Deslocutas on the field, you could run over their monsters. So it is a little bit more versatile, but the bad thing is if they blow it up during their main phase 1 or something and you chain it, if they haven't summoned yet, they can just summon on top of you and all that kind of stuff. So that's why you're only playing 1. Then you're playing 2 Scrap Iron. The ratios might seem weird, playing like 2 of one thing, not 3, and 1 of one thing, and whatever. The reason you're not playing more Scrap Irons is just because it is able to get blown up, basically. And usually your messenger pieces and your gravity binds and your level limits are a good enough like static defense. But Scrap Iron is a really good card, especially in the early game when they're not swarming on you too bad. Help you get your flips off. So that's it for the attack hate. Then we have 3 Robbing Goblin. Robbing Goblin is just a really good card. Whenever one of your monsters does life points damage, you drop a card from your opponent's hand. I am playing 2 Reaper, however. I'm thinking about dropping Robbing Goblin down to 2. You guys can let me know what you think. But it's a really good card. First turn, you open up with it. You open up with like Swarm of Scarabs or Guardian Statue. You have a Threatening Roar and a Scrap Iron. If they try to blow you up, you Threatening Roar and get your play off. If not, you just Scrap Iron, you flip, you blow up, you activate, you attack. Well, you attack and then you activate. So, yeah. And then the last 2 cards at the deck. 2 Starlight Roads, pretty much more field clear field and hatin'. Field wipe hate helps you control the board. If your opponent tries to Dark Hole, Mirror Force, Torrential, Black Rose, Gazaris, I doubt it, but JD, all that kind of stuff, you can just say no. So this is a pretty strong deck overall. That's about it. I don't have a sideboard for it yet or anything like that, but if I were to make one, it would definitely have at least 2, maybe 3 Scrap Iron Scarecrow, or not Scrap Irons, Black Horn of Heavens, maybe some Compulses, because this deck is very weak to Scrap Dragon. So if you're, facing against an opponent that does a lot of synchro plays, you might want to side in some Black Horn of Heavens, some Solemn Warnings. I don't actually have Warnings, or else I'd probably be main decking it, but yeah, so there you go. That's the deck. Pretty fun, pretty competitive, surprisingly. It actually does get the job done. Go ahead and play with it for yourself. You might be surprised. And that's about it. So, peace out.